This segment brought to you by Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. Your stem cells, your health, your life. And we're back. So
our friend Evie Green has a selection in the new Chicken Soup for the Soul book.
Oh, really?
So not the recipe book, for Chicken Soup for the Soul. Is that cool or what?
Yeah.
And you know Evie from way back.
Yeah.
You were just saying you guys were on board together?
Yes. Yeah, she's, I think she's been on about every board in the area. But yeah, we served together on the Topeka Youth Project board. So I came on, she was already there. So.
She's just an amazing person. I think I've known Evie as long as I've lived in Topeka. And she's just this little bitty ball of energy, just an amazing woman. And I was just so thrilled to see that she had, one of her pieces had been selected for this. So.
Yeah. But she has another Chicken Soup book.
Her story has been published in a Chicken Soup book.
Okay.
Watch and learn, Frank.
From more than 3,000 submissions, a story by Topekan Evie Green has been included in the recently released Chicken Soup for the Soul, Inspiration for Teachers. The story, Nature's Classroom, was inspired by Evie's experiences as a teacher in the outdoor environmental program in Topeka's 501 schools. The now familiar Chicken Soup series began in 1993 with a simple idea, according to their website. People could help each other by sharing stories about their lives. For years, people had told our founders, motivational speakers Jack Canfield and Mark Victor Hansen, inspiring stories about themselves. Jack and Mark included these stories in their talks, and their audiences repeatedly asked if they had ever been published. That story about the boy and the puppy, is that in a book anywhere? Parents asked Jack. That story about the boy with the amputated leg who became a tennis star, I need to read that to my staff, a manager told him. Jack was asked repeatedly, is that story in a book anywhere? Eventually, Jack and Mark decided their audiences must be onto something, so they compiled the best 101 stories they'd been told in a book. They called it Chicken Soup for the Soul because they wanted it to soothe and provide comfort, just like their grandmother's cooking. Chicken Soup for the Soul turned into one of the most popular and loved books ever, selling 11 million copies around the world. Today, they have published more than 250 books, becoming the best-selling trade paperback book series of all time. Retired after 37 years of teaching, Evie began writing in 2001 after her neighbor dragged her to a writer's group. But I don't write, she protested. Nonsense, said her neighbor. Everybody writes. 16 years later, she still attends the same writers group each week at the Topeka Shawnee County Public Library. She has won more than 30 awards from the Kansas Authors Club. When asked if it was okay to share her age, Evie did not hesitate. She is 85 years old and believes that the company of creative people have helped keep her mind active and her own soul fed. Kudos, Evie.
There's a lot of different ways of doing this woodwork, but I could not make a knife without both hands, especially without this thumb. And my thumb was so sore that I couldn't even touch it, and they wanted to fuse it, and I said no, cut it off, because I didn't want it sticking up. And I found out about the Kansas Regenerative stem cell and went to Manhattan and had that taken care of in my thumb, and now I'm able to go again.